Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rich Life. I'm so excited today to welcome Dr. Brigitte White to the show. Dr. White is the owner of Bright Whites by Dr. White Dental Practice in Northern Virginia, right here in the DC metropolitan area. It's a fabulous practice, so if you're here, make sure you check it out. But today she's going to talk to us about teeth whitening and oral health care because we all need that. And it's something that I feel like we don't talk about enough. We see so many DIY tips all over YouTube. I want to make sure that you are hearing from an expert today. But not only is she an oral health care expert, she's also an author and a mom and a wife and a mompreneur. And I'm so happy that she's here on the show on her birthday. Of all places, she is here right now, right here at the Rich Life. So welcome, Dr. White, to the show. So let's start off by talking about what you do at your office when it comes to teeth whitening. So I'm a new patient. I'm coming to your office and I'm asking you to tell me about teeth whitening. What's the process like, and what are some do's and don'ts, you would say, from the perspective of a patient as well?
Wow. Well, the first thing I would say is we want to talk about, what you're consuming at home in terms of coffee, red wine, what kind of lifestyle you have, how is your home care, how often do you visit the dentist. The first thing we do is actually clean your teeth, and we lift a lot of stains. Just in a simple dental cleaning, a lot of stains will be lifted. At home, we ask you what kind of products you're using. Most toothpaste will do the same thing. They will lift surface stains. However, if you want to get something brighter, you want to get back to your brightest potential, you need to go a little deeper and remove those stains that get locked into the rods in between your teeth. Okay. So over-the-counter whitening agents, whitening toothpaste, those are not going to be as strong as what we can do in the office. So we always offer patients in-office whitening, which allows us to properly isolate your gums, apply a stronger bleaching agent than what's over the counter, and activate that bleaching agent with a blue light and actually break apart those stains and lift them out of the tooth.
So that's how it works?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I never knew that. I got my teeth whitened once years ago, and I had the trays that I brought home from my dentist's office, and I just figured all the magic happened at night. And,
something happens.
So I never knew that. So I want to go back to coffee and tea though, because I did make a tea today.
It smells so good.
Oops. So coffee and tea stains, that's a big deal, and red wine too.
Yes.
But for those of us who drink coffee and or tea every day, what can we do to kind of help slow down the process of needing to go in and to get the whitening done?
Some people have talked about consuming our coffee or tea with a straw, but that kind of takes away from the experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't think a lot of patients are going home and doing that. But something as simple as drinking a glass of water after you have your beverage, that's the first thing. The other thing is just brushing your teeth. Maybe a few minutes after your coffee, before you run out the door, brushing your teeth. It's not just the coffee stain, but the creamer as well, and any added sugars or sweeteners should be brushed away.
Okay.
It's actually a confusion. Most people think that coffee stains your teeth more than tea, but tea actually stains your teeth a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
In my opinion, a little bit more aggressively.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And I thought I was doing something by making us tea. All right. So I didn't know that, but I'm glad you shared that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to share with our audience a little thing that you brought in to show me. I want you to show that to them too.
Okay.
So we can share. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Wow. Yes. our in-office shade guide. This is
shade guide.
Yes.
Okay.
This is our shade guide, and this is actually a 3D model. So I don't want you to feel a little overwhelmed by all the different shades, but we use this in the office when determining the shade for a porcelain crown or a tooth color filling. And we also use it as a base starting point and end point when we are offering whitening. So of course here on the left or my right, you're going to see the brightest shade. And this is not even the brightest potential that you would get with a porcelain veneer, but this is on the brighter end of what a natural tooth can achieve. And then as we go across the arch, we're going to see more browns, more grays, more yellows. And every patient has a different brightness potential. So some patients may have stained teeth from coffee, and others may have stained teeth from perhaps antibiotics that were taken by their parents, or trauma that has resulted in teeth that are no longer vital. So the range of brightness or whiteness in your teeth is very, very broad.
So your tagline is, what is it? Something smiles.
Smile tips for all parts of life.
I love that. Smile tips for all parts of life. So I would imagine that you get a lot of cases in your practice that that just run the gamut, right? So your teeth are one of the first things people see, right, on your face. So when you have patients who may be intimidated by the whole process, maybe they are on the lower ends of the shade scale, and they're just afraid to come in, and just, maybe they've dealt with insecurity for a long period of time around their teeth. How do you help them get through that when it comes to not only the actual process of whitening, but as a dentist talking them through the process?
Yeah, the first thing I do when I meet a patient is, I really just try to get to know them. We talk about the dental background, whether it was access to dental care. Sometimes patients, young adults especially, they may have had access as children and through college, and then they start their first job, and perhaps they don't have dental insurance, or they're working late at night and not taking care of their teeth, not making the best decisions with regards to their oral care. So I talk to the patients about where they are in terms of their overall health and their overall attitude towards their dental care. Sometimes if a patient has a past history of trauma, for example, they may have darker colored teeth, and that is something that is a concern for many patients. And teeth whitening may not be the best option. In that case, porcelain veneers, crown work is often a better solution to a brighter smile.
Okay. Because I feel like I've seen so many people who just their whole personalities have opened up once they've remedied whatever issue it was that they were having with their teeth. And so I would imagine it probably makes you smile, and you have a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
I would imagine that makes you smile too, being able to do that for a patient beyond just the surface of cleaning teeth or replacing teeth or adding veneers or whatever you're doing for them, but just to see that part of their personality open up. That must be really, really great. And
Yes,
really part of your job.
It really is. It's so rewarding to help someone strengthen, a part of their health, and especially when it comes to self-esteem.
Yeah.
And, oral health is a big part of our overall general health. And just understanding that many dental disease in general can be prevented by good home care, regular dental visits, and also in today's, Instagram society, we're so used to seeing things that may not actually be real. Our teeth are not, they're not white. They're actually different shades of blue, brown, gray, and that's really the variety.
Who knew that?
Right.
But you slap a filter on and they sure look white on Instagram, right?
Yeah, there are a lot of solutions, simple solutions that may not even involve whitening your teeth. You could brighten your smile by, changing your lip color, for example.
Oh, tell me about that.
Well,
tell me about that. 'Cause I wore this particular lip color today because I did think that it made my smile pop a little, but
it does.
There's actually a science behind that.
There is a science. And, Riche, you're so familiar with the color palette in terms of choosing colors for surfaces and arts and crafts. So just like our, whether we're painting our wall, it's the same with our clothing and our lip color. For example, you're wearing like a raspberry today, kind of like a cinnamon berry. And berries are very good solutions to brighten your smile because of the blue undertone. So as opposed to an orange, I think that the berry is a good option. For example, I'm wearing fuchsia, and fuchsia also has blue undertones, so that's going to pull out the whiteness of my teeth. If you have yellow teeth, then you definitely want to stay away from oranges. And if you wear a lot of creams and a lot of neutral colors, then they are actually going to make your teeth look a little more creamy as well. So, yeah, I often say you should wear, I like brighter colors, blues. And if you wear a matte versus a gloss, sometimes a gloss, you know, it pulls light to your gloss and away from your teeth. And the other thing that patients don't realize is that you should never compare the brightness of your teeth with those of your eyes. Your eyes are a different tissue. And so if your teeth are too bright, it actually distracts people. So in person, we actually like the harmony of a natural appearance, whereas in print and on screen, we like the harmony of symmetry and brightness.
Interesting. I learned a lot through that conversation. I bet you a lot of people didn't know that. So that's a really simple tip, or tips. We've got a lot of simple tips that we can implement right now without actually going through the whole process of whitening. That's what you would consider brightening, right?
Yeah, brightening your smile.
Brightening your smile. And we like a lot of smiles here at The Riche Life.
Yes.
So what I'd like to do now is transition to the kitchen, where I would like to go through some of the products that I bought, some of the products that you bought.
Yes.
You tell me what actually works, what I should be using, because, you know, there's a lot out there that we're buying. I know I'm not the only one, and it can't all be effective. So I want to hear from you. What are your favorite products? And if we don't have them here, then I need to add them to my list and share them with our audience as well. And then I think what we'll do is take a break and find out if we have any questions. We'll do a quick Facebook Live or Instagram Live and see if anyone has any questions. This is the first on The Riche Life, and we will answer those questions in the next segment. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we are now in our second segment of our interview with Dr. White, and we have some products here. This is so exciting. This is the first time we've done this on the show, so I want to pick your brain and find out about all these products, because this is just a small snippet of what we see when we go to the store, right? We're just overwhelmed by products. So tell us about some of these products, some of the ones that are your favorites, and some of the ones that maybe are just marketing.
Wow, yeah, this is a great variety of what you're going to see at the oral care aisle. This is a company called Hello. This is a mouth rinse, and it has a lot of great properties, but one thing is missing, and that's fluoride. And where you will find fluoride is in this mouth rinse, Act mouth rinse. I'm always talking about Act. My dentist recommended it to me, and it's the #1 dentist recommended fluoride rinse. We also have a variety of toothpastes. This one you may see marketed because of the charcoal. That's a big thing that we're seeing today. And charcoal, activated charcoal, I should specify, activated charcoal has a lot of properties. It helps remove toxins from our system, and it helps remove plaque from our teeth. However, there are not a lot of long-term studies on activated charcoal and oral care use, so I would say just be very cautious. And in general, you should always be cautious about products, and you should discuss them with your dental team. It's okay to even bring in a toothpaste and talk about when you use it and ask questions. I do see...
That's something I never do. I never bring in what I'm using at home. One thing we didn't do, I want to make sure this is the actual Listerine that I used. I was running low, so I figured I'll just buy a new one. We'll use it on the show. But is this the best one to use? This is the 6-in-1. Is this a good one?
This Listerine, I'm just a bit of a skeptic. Especially when there's so many products. Whenever I see 6-in-1, I think, it's trying to fight everything at the same time. And the reality is that there are thousands of different bacteria that live in our mouths. Just simply think of our gums and think of our teeth. And our enamel should get fluoride. Okay, and our gums need to make sure that they get something that kills the bacteria and keeps that pH at a good level. I actually like the traditional, the original, that yellow.
The old school. Oh my God!
I like the yellow Listerine. But you should feel very good. That was one of the first products to receive the seal of acceptance from the American Dental Association. So it's the only over-the-counter mouth rinse, the yellow one, that actually is proven to reduce gingivitis and plaque.
Okay, so just because it says 6-in-1 or 8-in-1 or 10-in-1 does not mean it actually works equally as well for all of them, right? So remember that, and I guess I gotta go back to my old school. I'm gonna finish this one first, though.
Yeah, it's okay. Like I said, we want to make sure that you're getting your fluoride, and you want
Okay.
to make sure that you're actually cleaning your teeth, and of course, visiting your dentist regularly. You want to make sure that you're avoiding any, risks and side effects that could harm you. There are a lot of products here. I actually see some interesting toothbrushes as well. There's a powered toothbrush. This is the Oral-B powered toothbrush. I believe it's the #1 recommended by dental professionals. And this one actually comes in 5 different speeds. It oscillates and vibrates, and it has the ability to actually deep clean for those of you who may be at risk for gum disease.
Okay, so this is a really good one.
It's a great product.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. And what about this guy right here? This is interesting. So this is what? This is a black toothbrush.
Yeah, it's an odd color to see in the oral care market.
Right.
But it's called a charcoal toothbrush. It's an
Okay.
Oral-B, similar to this toothbrush. It also has the rubber gum stimulators, but what's different is that this toothbrush has little charcoal flakes inside the bristles, and the argument is that it can whiten your teeth. But I've tried it, and I don't really think it's doing anything different than our regular toothbrush here. Okay. For whitening your teeth, again, there are a variety of products. These are white strips. These look familiar to a lot of people. They need to be placed on by you at home, and they can get messy. And the concentration is not as high as it would be in the office. If you come in to see us, we are going to use a higher concentration of a bleaching product, and we're also going to be able to isolate and protect your gums. So we always recommend talking to your dentist about what your expectations are, and if you're trying to reach your greatest, brightest potential, it's going to be something that's in the office.
Okay. So one thing, though, I want to make sure we get this guy in front. This is the activated charcoal powder, and that just baffles me. I actually am going to try this tonight.
Okay, I can't wait to see the results.
I know.
Your smile is so bright.
Thank you. But I'm just curious, like, what does it feel like or taste like to have charcoal in your mouth?
Yeah. Well, the first thing is we want to clarify it's activated charcoal, so it's not like the briskets that you're barbecuing with outside. It's activated with heat to become more porous. And this one is actually by Burt Bees, and it's made from coconut shells. So, in the South Pacific, they chew on coconut husks to actually reduce gingival inflammation. So coconuts have a lot of benefits for our teeth. And this activated charcoal is a very fine powder. You just simply wet your toothbrush, dip it in the powder, and brush for a minute. It does not substitute brushing with toothpaste. You should always brush with a fluoridated toothpaste 2 to 3 times a day for 2 minutes. Okay, so we have to recommend that. And again, I just want to say that these activated charcoal products are newer to the market, and so there are not a lot of long-term studies. And we always want patients to know that everyone's teeth are a little different. Some people may have softer teeth. Some people may have more translucent or sheer teeth. And once our enamel thins, the darkness actually comes from the tissues underneath the enamel.
Oh, so that's why they're always saying protect the enamel, because once that's gone.
Yeah, then your tooth kind of feels naked. That's
That's
why it's so, That's why sensitivity products are also very important. And it's just important to talk to your dentist about your diet, acidic beverages, fruits. Some people chew on lemons, and that can also erode your teeth. That's why it's really a system of products that are going to protect your teeth. Also brushing technique, and, just making sure that you have overall a healthy lifestyle.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I certainly learned so much. And again, follow her at Dr. Brigitte White on Instagram to get daily tips, right? I feel like you give daily tips.
I do.
In the middle of, I've seen her literally like, hey, I'm in between patients. I'm in the bathroom, but I want to show you this new product. And I just think that's so awesome that you do that for us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. There's so many products on the market, as you've seen. And if I can offer a smile tip to help you with any part of your life, that's what I'm here for. And if you have any questions, you can comment or send me direct messages at Dr. Brigitte White. I've had so much fun with you, Richie. I can't wait to see the results of the whitening products, and your smile's already at a bright. So.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Years of braces, though, I tell people when they give me compliments, I'm always honest about that. It was not fun then, but well worth it now. And if you guys, again, if you have any questions, if you want to have Dr. Brigitte White back again for some other tips, what about that keto diet?
Oh.
She's been talking about that a lot on Instagram. And make sure you subscribe to the Riche Life so that you can stay up to date with all of the latest. Until next time, take care, everybody.